Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dead Game. This is a show where we take games that could use a refresh or could use a redesign or even a reboot. My name is Wally Phelps.
And I'm Carlos Longoria.
This is the first episode of the show, so really just a quick rundown of what this is going to be. It was inspired by the game that we're going to be speaking of tonight. What it is when people are commenting to different developers. If they don't particularly enjoy the game anymore, they will comment that it is a dead game.
Right.
And we are here to tell the developer, as if we are some sort of experts,
We are. What are you talking about?
what we want to see.
Isn't it obvious that we are?
Right. What we want to see with the next version of whatever they're doing. And today we're going to be talking about Fortnite. But before we get too far into it, how are you doing?
Ah, can't complain. A little tired. Haven't been sleeping well the past it's almost been a week. It's a couple of nights. But besides that, it's, you know, it is what it is. I mean, work's going fine. Uh, you know, uh, I do make some time here and there for Fortnite, of course, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and a few other games. Whenever I get a chance. But I think everything overall is going just fine. How about for
Right.
yourself?
I mean, things are all right. I'm in the same boat, tired, work, but
it's
that's
just
I
it's
think that
never
comes
ending
with our
cycle.
age. Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
really.
the thing is, I am hopelessly addicted to Fortnite, but this last season I just kind of did everything I needed to do, and then I've kind of let go of it. I haven't played in about a week and a half, and unless somebody asks me to play, I'm probably not going to until the event happens.
Right. I think I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't think I've actually played. I played over the weekend. I'll correct
Mm,
myself. I played over the weekend. I did a stream with some other friends that had invited me over, and I was like, yeah, sure. I'll play for a
mm,
little while, and I ended up playing for like 2 or 3 hours. I don't know, and that was pretty much the last time that I played.
mm,
But as far as like just to get on and play, I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. I'll
yeah,
say it's just well, that's why we're here to discuss
right,
why.
exactly.
That's the
And
whole point of this show.
and the last time I played it was to test my new laptop that I got, and which it
How,
runs great on it.
how's that working
And
out for you?
it's fantastic. It's I loaded it up, and it was basically a very similar experience to the Xbox Series S.
Oh,
So it's very nice, and I
very
got to
nice.
get
Yes.
that free pickaxe, the katana
Oh
pickaxe that they
yeah.
had for PC players.
Right.
So I was like, ooh,
Yeah, there's a lot of little perks having. That is one good thing. Having multiple platforms to play
mm,
from. Each one has its own little exclusive stuff. That's a whole
right,
nother thing. But they all tend to kind of do that. Like here, Xbox has the, and it's usually like green themed or something like that on whatever game
right.
it is. Because it's Xbox color. And then PlayStation and like turn is
Well,
blue.
it's funny,
PC can be just about anywhere.
just whatever it needs to
Yeah,
be.
just whatever it is.
All the PlayStation stuff is blue, but it's weird because the Xbox exclusive stuff can come in multiple different colors. Because with the Xbox Series S, it
Hmm.
was purple. Um,
Oh yeah, really
the uh, other things that you got were black variants of Marcus Phoenix and Master
interesting.
Chief. And aside from that, you also have a new Xbox Series S bundle that's coming out, or it is
Ah,
released in some markets with gold characters that are available. So
did
uh,
not know that. I
it's
saw.
It's just pretty interesting.
I think the last I saw the Xbox the other day as I was doing some uh some shopping. I saw the holiday bundle
Hmm.
in
Exactly.
the
In the
holiday box, and it's like $239. I think I was like, hey,
Yeah,
that's a pretty good price.
that's a darn good price for
Yeah.
this particular thing.
You,
And well, since we're already talking about the game, let's go ahead and just explain it to people who don't know, which I assume aren't a lot of people.
you're right.
But if
Whether somebody plays it or not, I think pretty much if you've heard the name, you know what it is.
Right,
At this point, I mean, it's been out for a while. Go ahead.
right, and the thing is, with it was a part of one of the biggest movies of all time, too. The Avengers. Uh, what? Gosh, which Avengers was that? The Endgame
Um, yeah,
was the one where they were playing. They're stuck all the way back to chapter 2 um, of season 2.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Fortnite is an online video, and I'm reading from Wikipedia.
yeah. Sure.
Fortnite is an online video game developed by Epic Games and released in 2017. It is available in 3 distinct game modes: Battle Royale, Save the World, and Creative. Save the World and Battle Royale were released in 2017 as early access titles, while Creative was released on December 6, 2018. Save the World and Creative versions have been successful for Epic Games, but the Battle Royale in particular became an overwhelming success and a cultural phenomenon, drawing more than 125 million players in less than a year. 125 million players.
That's
Fort,
uh, that's a lot.
oh, it is, and they have generated $9 billion in gross revenue up
Gee,
until December 2019.
that's outstanding.
Save the World is available only for Windows, Mac OS, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, while Battle Royale and Creative were released for Nintendo Switch, iOS, Android devices, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. So it's funny because Save the World was Fortnite when it first
Yeah,
came out.
that's what I understood. Like, I personally never played Save the World.
Hmm.
Is it still available? I don't even.
Yeah, you
Is it
can.
in the
You
thing?
have to pay
Okay.
more for it, but it's
Right. Yeah, that's a paid. It's the paid one. Yeah.
well, it was also part of the crew pack, which is a
Oh, interesting.
subscription service,
Yeah.
and essentially they will give that to you, or at least they did during those 2 months that they had it for as part
While
of the
they had it.
pack.
Yeah.
And that's when I jumped into it. It's okay. It's like a tower defense type game,
Oh, okay.
combined with, like, it reminds me of Dead Rising in a way,
Okay.
but like more widespread. You have to run around, find survivors, find different types of materials and things of that
Ah,
nature, and it's
interesting.
not fun. But
Sounds like it's a good time. No.
no, not
Huh.
really. It's okay. I'm not really into that type of thing.
Sure. Yeah. I
Uh,
don't think I would be. Honestly, I'm not either. Like in. Uh. So is it? I guess is it kind of RPG ish?
no, you don't level up or anything like that. You get XP, but that's to unlock,
Other stuff.
like, power up your character in ways that aren't.
Okay. All right. Hmm.
I don't understand. I can't really explain it all that well, but you unlock different characters, different abilities, different things like that. You could say it's RPG ish, but it's not like you
Right
level up
in that
all at
way, but
once.
not really. That's
It's
not.
more of a skill tree type situation, and not
I
even
see.
that. It's just, I don't know. It's okay,
Okay.
and
I mean, I've never tried it, but I kind of. I
I
don't
was
know that it would interest
interested.
me. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. For me,
Mhm.
like I saw it there and I was like, nah.
I'm
Like
interested
I
in
just don't.
a historical perspective.
Oh, I see.
It's one of those things where it's like, this used to be Fortnite. I would like to see what that was,
Sure.
and
Yeah, I guess
I
that makes
did, and
sense.
it wasn't great.
So
And
it's a
that's
good thing
right.
that battle royale has actually made it as big as it has. Then,
And that's really what it all boils down to. The reason why Battle Royale exists is because of the Save the World not doing as well as they wanted it to.
oh, okay,
So they
so
saw the huge success of PUBG
mhm,
and they wanted a piece of that. So
okay,
they released like a very small team of Epic employees developed it and released it out. So it wasn't supposed to be like the primary mode. It was supposed to
right,
be a free add-on that you could have.
yeah, like
And
hey, play this also, yeah.
exactly. And it ended up being like the biggest thing in the world. How did that happen?
Yeah, it's a lot of people playing it, yeah,
So
including us, except for this
right.
past week.
So now the why would you say Fortnite Battle Royale has fallen off?
I think there really just hasn't been much of the game itself goes by season, and that
Right.
in itself sure is a way to keep things fresh, I suppose.
Hmm.
You can say, but it's been my experience. Now I didn't start until what was it?
2020, I believe, with me,
Yeah, it
wasn't it?
was a chapter.
Chapter 5 or
Yeah,
6?
It was the end of chapter 5,
Right, because
like
that was
right
the
at the end of
bounty
chapter
hunter
5.
season.
Right, and because yeah, I was gonna say they had uh the Mandalorian. It was like
The level
the
the
big
level
one.
1
Yeah,
skin, which is interesting to me because I remember that season being hyped that the level 1 skin was the Mandalorian.
right.
And every season after that, the skin I really wanted is level 100. And
I know. It's like, oh, you want the good skin? Yeah, I gotta play a bunch, buddy.
right, which we'll get into that part of it, but
Sure.
but yeah, that is part of what really got me thinking that it's kind of gone downhill is that they make it to where you have to play as
Right.
much as humanly possible.
It's the dangling carrot.
Right. You spent
That's
this
the
money,
yeah.
you better make the
You better
most out of it.
right, and that's exactly what it is. And business business wise, yeah, that's kind of how you do things. You don't want to just give out your stuff and then nobody's gonna, nobody's
Well,
gonna return if they get the cool thing right away. But also,
if
it
it's not fun, you're
it's
not going
not
to
fun.
keep
Yeah,
wanting to
you're
do it.
not gonna keep wanting to play if it's not fun either way. So,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of where we,
You start to
you and I,
despise the game. You're
right,
like,
and
why?
that's the thing is, I think that's where you and I are sort of at, and I don't know if you agree with that. But like, I like playing the game.
Right. But I
I
don't
don't
like
like
grinding.
grinding. Yeah, I don't want to grind for 2 3 months or whatever the heck it is.
Like, I didn't get the whole battle pass that first season that I played. And it was because I thought there were cool stuff in it.
Right.
But I once I got past Man Cake, I was like, okay, I'll be all right with just this. But everything else is kind of a bonus at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did, and it was fun. That season was fun. It had the
Right.
sand tunneling. It had the bounties were a new mechanic.
Yeah.
It had I think shadow stones were there for a little while. I might
Um.
be wrong about that part,
You.
but
I don't remember.
but with all of the different biomes and things of that nature, it
Mhm.
was a lot. It felt fresh. Now it was the very first season that I ever played. Also, the guns were really good. Well, the
Yeah.
weaponry anyway.
The
The,
weaponry. Yeah.
a lot of the classic weapons were there. You had the scar. You had the uh, just the combat shotgun.
Right.
Um, just those weapons were really good,
Right.
and I
The
enjoyed
scar
them.
is probably like one of my favorites.
Right.
Still. And
And
I think
it's
just
not been
about every
around
you
for over
ask
a year.
oh yeah, you ask just about anybody, and everybody likes the combat assault rifle. Like it's like the favorite gun.
Right.
So because it was a good gun, it was nice and accurate.
Wait,
You
you said
can
combat assault. That's not true.
sorry, not the combat assault,
The
the
regular
assault,
assault.
the regular assault.
Yeah,
My
yeah, 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 yeah.
sorry, thank you for correcting me. Yeah, so the regular assault rifle, it was
Them
because it
Fortnite
was just
guys
a
would jump right on
yeah,
top of
I know, yeah, it was yeah. Sorry, excuse me. Thank you for yeah. I'm not above being corrected, by the way, people. This
Oh, me neither. Me
you
neither.
know,
I
just
would rather be.
correct me.
I would
And
rather
if I am
be. Yeah,
wrong, if we say something wrong when we post this, let us know.
yeah.
Tell
I
us
want this
what
show
we
to
got
have its
wrong.
own fact checker,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Nerd K Retro.
Somebody gotta keep us in check. Because if I'm saying something wrong, I'm not gonna know I'm wrong necessarily. You know, maybe I'll notice it
Until
after
you
the
tell me.
fact, and then I'm like, I think I was wrong about that. But if somebody brings it up to me, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you for letting me know. But
Right. Thank
my
you
point
for
was,
being
there
a
was a
true.
lot of cool weapons at the time. You know what weapon I personally, I didn't even like it then, but I found that I missed it
What's that?
as that it had not returned was uh the lever action rifle. It was there at the end of that season. It was in there, and it's essentially it's considered a sniper, but there's no scope.
Huh.
But when but it you would and it's a single shot. It's not like a automatic weapon. It's essentially like I want to say it's modeled after a like a 30-30 type of rifle.
Right.
That's I want to say that's kind of what it's modeled after. But it was like really super accurate. You had a when you would ADS, it had like a nice zoom because
Right.
you know, but there was no no scope, so you didn't have to also wait that other half second to like
I know
look.
what you're talking about now. Yes.
Yeah, and
You
it was
used
a
to rock with that a
I know,
lot.
yeah, I missed that guy. I haven't seen that gun since.
I
Now,
it
if
just
they put it out, you know, recently or maybe during the past couple of seasons, and it was like for like you know how they do those. Oh, this week it's whatever fire bows and you know like and it's everything is fire or whatever.
right.
If they brought it back at any time in between, maybe I missed it while I was angry and not playing. And but that's the
I
thing.
haven't seen it, so
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's
don't
what I'm saying.
think.
But I missed that one because it was weird for me because there is a bit of a delay when you fire, like a
Mhm.
sniper rifle has that
Right.
delay. You hit fire and it's gonna go pow, and then the bullet launches, and it's like a slower animation than the standard, uh, projectiles. But I liked it a little bit better than having a sniper rifle because I don't like the way that when you aim down sight with a sniper rifle, you can't see anything around you. Like
Right.
you are, they simulate you're looking down this
The
scope,
scope, yeah.
and sure, that's the way real life works. Sure, if you're looking in a tiny peephole of the size of a dime or a quarter, depending on what you're looking through, you're not really going to see a whole lot around you. Sure, but this is a video game, sir.
Let me do it.
But I also can't build a ramp in 1 second in real life
Right.
either. You know what I mean? So
That's true. You
they
can't.
go. You know what I mean? Like I can't just like, well, let me. I have 300 material of wood in my back pocket. Wally, let's build this ramp here so I can get over here. You know what I mean?
We have to climb up to the
The,
roof, and I don't know
yeah.
where my ladder is.
Where's
So,
my ladder? Well, good thing I have this metal in my pocket. Ugh. It's just yeah. I mean, come on, really. So they'll go they'll go a little too realistic, and I suppose part of it also is going to be they don't want to make it too easy. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
because then if you're a sniper rifle and you have your full surroundings awareness, then it's maybe it'll be way too overpowered at that point. I don't know, but
Well, I
also
think
that's why I don't like snipers.
one
I
of the
can't get the timing
things.
down.
Well, and that's really what it all boils down to is getting the timing down.
I can't do it.
I've tried so hard to. I've gotten pretty good at it, but it's
Oh,
where
you have. You definitely have.
you essentially start ADSing at when you think they're right where they're supposed to be anyway,
Sure.
and just get the shot off and then get out of there.
Right.
And that's how I do it. As unless they are one of those people that are just like way over there, and if they're just kind of sitting there, I will try to get a headshot.
Sure.
Um, but otherwise, yeah, I will just whoop, boom, and then get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Maybe that'll hit. I don't know.
right,
I'm just not good at it. I tend to stick with the lighter uh
right.
sniper rifles, the DMR. I'm okay with
I
that
like that.
because
Yeah,
it's more it's you aim, it pops up,
pop, 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 pop.
pow 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 pow. It's it's fine. I can do that, and I'm fairly accurate with it. But
And that's one of the things about this season, and a lot of seasons that I don't like is the loot pool because
yeah,
there'll be one or two obvious choices, and the rest of them are just kind of there.
correct.
I think the best loot pool that we had was the invasion loot pool because there was a variety
Right,
of weapons that we had, but not even just that, but like the fun stuff too. Like you had the
right.
crash pad, you had the cow, you had the
The cap.
lasers, you had all the chimera weapons in general.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that loot pool.
yeah.
The primal season, even though it was garbage, the loot pool was pretty good. you
Yeah,
know,
I was gonna say I know a lot of people didn't like Primal. I actually enjoyed Primal,
primal
but
was
I
not
understand.
great for me.
But I understand. Yeah, like looking back on it now, I understand. But that was also new to me at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
The whole
Because it
experience
was
was
the
new to me.
third season that we had. Because it
So
was
yeah,
that one.
yeah. But for me, that was still like in the newness of it and everything. We were
Right.
playing a lot, and it was just like a lot of fun. And truth be told, I play the game for the camaraderie, like
Right.
because you're fun to hang out with, and and we get
Exactly.
along and whatnot and
That's the
everything. So
number
I
one
play the
reason why
game.
I like to play there too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
I
it's
play the game
you,
because I like
our
hanging out with you.
right. Our group is great.
Right?
And
Yeah, that's
honestly,
exactly the
Fortnite is
thing.
the reason why we became such good friends.
Well, and that's
And
exactly what it is because I remember trying Fortnite. I tried I tried one game. Truth be told, I tried it a second time. I tried one game. I didn't know I had no idea what I was getting into because I didn't look it up. I just said, "Let me see what this Fortnite is about that everybody talks about." And I see stuff all over the internet. So I downloaded it. Dropped. I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm sure I dropped close to the line or
Tilted
whatever.
Towers.
I'm
That's
not sure. I'm not even confident. I don't even remember. It was such a
yeah.
traumatizing event because because I landed, ran around, and I think I found a pistol or something. It wasn't anything of any significance. And this person in seconds built a 3-story tower, and I was like, "The hell is this? I don't what?" And and what? Wait, what? How did that happen? And because I didn't know,
yeah.
never played it before, didn't know anything about it. So I'm trying to shoot at the thing, and he's like, you know, it was a Jonesy, I think I want to say it was a Jonesy skin, so it was just like a default skin, or I don't know. But but that's all I remember. It was a Jonesy shooting down at me, and I died, and I was like in seconds, like from the drop, found a gun, died, and I was like 90 something. I don't know what the heck number I was because I was like flabbergasted as to how this happened. And then I was like, okay, let me try this again. Same thing. I landed, found like one gun, died within like the first 2 minutes of like landing or whatever, and I did not, and I was like, no, I don't think I'll play this game ever again. You will not convince me. And then you started streaming,
Right.
and I knew of you. You and I had not really actually interacted much
Right.
outside of I think a few tweets here and there,
Right.
and I think that's what it was. So outside of social media, I didn't really know you. You know, so I said, and you were there and started saying, and I was watching you play, and I was like, hey, he's pretty good at this.
Little
So,
did we know I was not.
well, I mean, you were better than me anyway. You know what I mean? You were way better than me. So I was like, well, let me watch him. I'm gonna give him a view at least. So I have you running there on my tablet at the time. Just let you, whatever. And then you started saying about, hey, if anybody wants to join in, you're welcome to come on and play and blah 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 and everything. And now this was after a few times I'd watched you stream, and I was like, yeah, he
Yeah.
looks like a nice guy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll join.
Like, I'm darn. Not backed out.
Yeah, and I for whatever it didn't. So I went ahead and loaded up the game, and here we go, and the rest is
Rest is history.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
that's
we have some regular people that we play with occasionally.
yeah, yeah.
There's you, there's Steffi, there's Ro, there's
Hmm.
Raven,
Hmm.
which is my daughter,
Hmm.
and we just have ourselves a grand old time,
And
frankly.
now
And
my
but
fiance will occasionally join us.
exactly.
So, and she doesn't
Oh,
even play any video games. She's like, no, no, I don't want to play it. No, I don't want to play it. And then finally, I convinced her. So
but
now we just have a good old time.
it's so funny
It's
how
funny.
whenever I first started, I said I will never learn to build ever,
I
ever,
remember you
ever.
talking about. I remember you saying that so many times. You
And
were
then
like,
it
"No,
got to the point where I'm like,
I'm
if
not
I
doing
don't
this."
learn to build, I'll never do anything in this game
And
again.
honestly, I still haven't done much to learn how to build properly. Excuse me.
Right,
Um, I can, I can build a ramp. So that's all. That's my extent of building. I will occasion. It's not my instinct
well,
to
you have to
to
play it a whole lot and do it a whole lot in order for that to become second nature to you. You know.
right, and that's the thing is like so. My play style is different though. My play style is
Let me
uh
take a peek.
take let me yeah, let me take a peek. Yeah, let me take a peek. I'm just peeking, Wally. I'm just peeking. Yeah, my play style is more of I got to get the drop on them.
Right,
And if somebody's shooting at me, I'm just going to hope that I am a better shot.
right, right,
It is and I can dodge their attack. Because that's been my experience in like I played a lot of video games and that's growing up, you know what I mean? Like growing up, you don't there wasn't too many games that I personally played where some type of shield was the necessary thing
right,
or something other than if you play a combat game, you're either gonna find cover, tree or rock or something,
right,
or get behind a building, or you're gonna return fire ASAP and hope that they can't eliminate you before time's up. That's always been kind of the thing for me in video games. Is like you play, you play not the same kind of game, but you play games like Contra. Contra doesn't have no shield. You one hit and you die. So you have to avoid getting hit. You run around and you jump and you make little
you dodge,
yeah, you dodge it. Yeah, dive, dip, duck, dodge,
whatever
and
it takes.
dive. Yeah. So you do the thing. But there's no building or anything like that. There's no shield at all.
Right,
Maybe there's something in between you and the other thing that's shooting at you sometimes, but that's kind of how it goes. So in my video game expertise, yeah, that's just it's I haven't I haven't learned that of like, oh, let me build a wall. Like, oh, somebody
Right,
shot at me, build a wall. No, that's and I realize it will help. You know what I mean? Because now
right,
there's at least a couple of shots that I can deflect with this, even if it's just wood. It take what, 3 shots or so to to uh to tear it down before I get hit again.
right.
But I just haven't done it.
It's not.
And
It's
I
not that
refuse to.
second
I
nature.
refuse to, Wally.
Yeah.
I am a man of my word. I am a man of my word. I'm never gonna build. The only thing I build is a ramp to get up a mountain that's impossibly steep and won't let me run up the thing. But I am a man of my word, and mark my words, Wallace Phelps, I will not build.
Well, you know what's really funny? With me saying that, I ended up getting to the point where I will build for the purpose that you're saying, the shield
Right.
portion of it. Because I'm trying to buy myself time.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
if
and I
they're
get it.
shooting me and they're far enough away, I'll build and then heal myself that way, and then I'll be prepared when they get close to me.
Of
Now,
course.
sometimes that doesn't work because they can build better,
Oh well, yeah.
which is one of the problems that we do have with the game is the skill based matchmaking,
That's a
which throws
terrible thing. Yes.
us into much more difficult matches than they should be.
Right.
And I think a lot
Uh
of that has to do with the fact that there is an unusual amount of bots in good lobbies. So
yeah.
it will be like a half a game of us taking out bots left and right.
Right.
And then the second half of the game is us fighting for our lives. It's like,
maybe
where
maybe
were
we'll get
you?
second, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so there'll be like four teams building skyscrapers while we're in a bush going, okay, so
all
how
right.
do you want to approach
Hey, do
this?
you got any fire?
No, do you have
Yeah.
any of
You
that?
got the goo gun?
Do you got the goo gun? Because we need to
Yeah.
perhaps if we get into a car and crash into the build,
Yeah.
with all things we've done before.
I think the one of my favorite moments with this goo gun, speaking of the goo gun, was that one game we played a few weeks back and we were on top of the balloon
Yeah.
and I was shooting down at the guy
Oh, you
and
it went right
and
in front of you.
I started blowing myself up with the goo gun because I didn't realize it was gonna hit right
Like
there.
right there, yeah,
Yeah, and then I ended up, because I was trying to adjust,
falling off.
fell completely off the side to the ground. You managed to revive me, and we won that game.
Yeah, we did, and I have no idea how that happened.
it was the
Because like
it was the stupidest thing.
there was another team left. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
it was two guys left. One of them, I want to say it was two guys. It might have been the one guy. You know what? We took out one of the guys while we were up at the top.
oh, that's right. And I
That's what
built.
it was.
The guy wasn't paying any attention to us,
Right.
so I was able to revive you.
Right. He was busy trying to get across, building, like he was building cover
Right.
as he went along. He's trying to get to this other building, I think it was. So he was like, "Nope, not going to engage right now." Gave us the opportunity for me to get revived, run away from the storm because the circle was closing. And and just enough to, with that goo gun, we ended up taking him out. I think, if I recall right, I think that's how it was. We still had some of the ammo for the goo gun left, and he was building. That goo gun does great, though. By the way, I love that goo
It
gun.
does, yeah.
But yeah, that's probably like one of my favorite moments of um of my idiocracies. I don't know what you want to call them.
Yeah.
I make some dumb moves
Some bold
occasionally.
choices.
Yeah, yes, well, yeah, bold choice. Yeah, let me jump all the way off of this thing.
Let's see how this
See if
works for him, Cotton.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. So let me ask you this. So we do, of course, we obviously have a good time in the silliness that we get ourselves into.
Right.
What do you think could change? Do you got any ideas on what might be
Well,
something
I
new
have
or fresh to refresh the game?
five. I have five things
Okay,
that I have written down.
okay,
Um,
I am listening.
have you prepared anything at all?
No, I actually was
I
no,
think the
I'm an
game's
audience
fine. You're the
member.
one that thinks it's
No,
a dead game.
no,
Not
no, I love the game. Epic, if you're listening, because yes, I love
so
it.
the number one
Yeah,
thing that I think is important is to do something about the number of bugs and stability issues that they have with the game.
yeah.
Um, for example, for the last two chapters, maybe three,
Hmm.
Xbox players have had a ridiculous stutter as you are approaching the ground when you come out of the battle bus. So,
Ah,
I don't know if you notice, but whenever I jump, it will start like
really?
my
Okay, I
frame
guess
rate
I.
drops to maybe 10 frames a second.
Oh, geez, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big dip.
and I can
I don't know that I've
barely hear
realized
you
that, but
too.
lately I have not played on the Xbox in a good
I've been on
while.
my PlayStation and on the PC, so those two I don't have that problem at all
Yeah,
with.
so
It's all on the
so
Xbox.
my thing, so I play 99% of the time I'm gonna play on my PC. Now my PC is not by any means a does not have a 30 series GPU or anything. I'm on a 1070 if I
So you're
recall.
telling me I have a better GPU than you do?
You do.
How did
Now
this
you do.
happen? How
Yeah,
did this happen?
look, damn. I'm not. No, I will not be bested by the likes of you. No, I no, but
We've
yeah,
spent the last 2 years complaining about your computer, and that's how it's supposed to be.
I know. See, you're the one that's supposed to have the correct. What is going on here? Why are you? I don't like change, Wally. No, I no, but
Wake up in the
so
morning with you taking the 3050 out of my.
yo, oh, excuse me. No, no, just sleep.
I'm gonna go back to
Yeah,
sleep because I choose to feel that this is a dream.
but the problem that I tend to run into is that my frame rate dips when we are in the loading island, uh,
That
and
happens to me
it
occasionally.
is outrageously bad, and it does not correct. It might correct itself, but it might not until I hit the ground.
You
You
know,
know,
one thing I've noticed is on PC the other day, I had an issue where I was on the Spawn Island was
mhm.
what it's called,
Sure, yeah,
and I was having problems. And then I landed, and I was still having problems, so I
right,
had to
and but
totally close it.
it eventually like works itself out.
Hmm.
So I've noticed that in my case, because I like I said, I do have a slightly older machine. Um, it will lag behind, and it'll there's a lot of drop frames and stuff and everything while I'm playing for the first round.
Hmm.
After which, it's almost as if like it doesn't remember what we're doing the first
It's
go
like,
round, and
hold
then
on a
it's
minute,
like
we're
it
trying
has
to
to
remember what's here
re-download
on the
everything.
island. Yeah,
It's like, yeah, it has to re-download everything while I'm actively playing the first round.
it's like we're still getting the textures in. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
we're still downloading the textures. Wait a minute, I have all of these textures.
It's like you
And
go to
I've
your
tried
favorite
messing with
restaurant, and the restaurant is the kitchen is behind. It's like, look, the
yeah.
appetizers are here, but it's going to be a little while on your on your main course.
Well, geez, thank you. All right then. Oh, can
Would
I
you
get
like a
a
refill?
complimentary soda? Yeah, I know,
Uh,
right? Yeah, can I get a refill?
we'll
My
comp
soda.
you for the potato skin.
For yeah, we'll get you some free ice. Oh, thanks.
Sweet. The
That's
waters are totally
lovely.
on the house.
Yeah, oh, thanks. Oh, that's fantastic. I love the water here. It tastes like This water reminds me of this other restaurant's water. It tastes very similar though.
like garbage. But
Yeah,
now going further into that, even just beyond the stuttering and everything,
sure.
uh, they're they have an issue where they'll have mythics or special things that are in the game that they have
Mhm.
to pull out because it breaks the game.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like, how do they miss that kind of thing?
right. Like, I don't know what, I think it was the goo gun made the trees spawn endless loot. So they had
Yeah,
to take
I
trees
remember
out.
that. Yeah, you just blow up the tree,
Right.
splash the tree or something. I saw the YouTube video on that, and I was like, "What?" But
There
I
was
was at work.
one round. Me and Raven were playing a game, and we were on the same team, but we couldn't see each other on the. It didn't have our names above each other. We
Oh
noticed
wow!
that it didn't have. We couldn't see each other on the mini map, and we could do friendly fire, and
Oh,
it,
whoa!
I won that round by myself because she dropped out. She's like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, no, yeah,
And
that's a lot of
but
trouble.
I won with two people still active in the game. So
Wow.
so this game breaks often. There
Yeah.
was even I was online long enough to see the foundation statue when you throw a tire at it, it bounced away.
Hmm.
There was it was just some wild. That's why there's so many
Yeah,
tires around it now because they're referencing that.
yeah,
Which I
yeah.
love
So
that
it's
those little
become a
fun
meme at this
things they
point.
do. Yeah,
What's funny is like there's little glitchy things like you're saying that still have not been fixed.
right.
And my most f- frustratingly common example is the what do you call it, the barrel.
Yeah,
What so you throw the barrel, you know and the shield keg, there you go. So the shield keg, you throw it, if it hits a wall, a rock, maybe there's just ever so slightly one of the animals and stuff. It happened to me one time throwing it. There was a chicken nearby, and it bounced off the chicken, and it will launch at Mach speed away from
right.
you, and it
I
just like it it just goes like way on the other side,
like
and
where
then
is it going?
yeah, where'd it go? Wait a minute! I just threw it right here on the ground, and it's a
It's not
weird
as bad
thing,
as
and
it
I don't understand
was
that.
because it used to be if you were in confined corners,
Yeah,
like you would be inside of one of the RVs and you'll throw it inside the RV, it would fly outside of the RV
right.
like way away from where you are, and
Yeah,
you're like,
it's
well,
nowhere near you.
that was
But
wasted.
yeah, because by the time you get to it, sometimes it's
Somebody's
already
gonna
like
get you.
run out. Yeah, they'll either
Yeah,
get you, or you're not gonna get all of the shield that you would have because it just went so daggone far.
right. You have to go find it.
Yeah.
Another thing that still happens is I know there was this issue that we were having where I can't swap over correctly. So
Oh
I'll have
yeah.
yeah, I'll be shooting with my shotgun, and then it will automatically press another button that
Yeah, I
I'm not
remember.
even close to pressing, like the up button or the down button, and it'll bring up the menu and. So I'll just be sitting there flipping the menu off and on, going, "No, I'm hitting the trigger. What's happening?" And I would die.
I
And
remember that.
that still happens occasionally. Like
Does
I
it still?
will pull it out
Jeez.
and like I'll be shooting my shotgun and it'll just swap over to whatever's next to it.
Right.
And
And see, and when it started happening to you, I was thinking in my own mind, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you to your face right now. I was
you
thinking,
son of a
this guy right here, he's just got a faulty PlayStation controller because he's got the daggone fancy
And you
PlayStation
saw it
controller.
happen on the
I
Xbox.
know. Then I saw it happen on the Xbox, and I was like, "All right, what are the odds that it's gonna happen on both consoles?" Not
It was
likely like
happening on the
that. And I was
PC
like,
the other day. I'm like, what the heck?
"No, no." But
And
then
I'm
on
using
it,
the controller.
but then it happened to me a couple of times,
It's like, no.
and I said, "Son of a," I was no.
Throwing
I
minis
don't.
at him.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck. I was like, "Why is it doing this?" I did not swap weapons.
uh,
So yeah, that is definitely frustrating, and I wonder what it is that causes that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I don't
Because
know. I mean, that's their job to
it's
find out.
very random. It's very random.
And so now that we've talked about that,
Mhm.
the second thing I think would be good is a tighter map where there's
Yeah.
less open spaces. And the reason why I say that is in the game, if from what I could tell, the first map that they had was more crowded than future maps because I think that they were designing the new maps for building.
Mm.
And now we have a no build mode, and there's so many open spaces that it's terrifying, which could
Right.
work out, but at the same time, I feel like it would be more tense for me if I could go around any corner and there could be people there. And
Right. Sure.
I feel like that would be a bit. I understand that Call of Duty does that same thing, but at the same time,
Sure.
I would
Yeah. There's a lot of
prefer
around the corner stuff, I guess, in Call of Duty. That does
right.
make sense.
So I don't, you know, I don't think that that's too much to ask for. Um,
I do feel that the island itself, it's fantastic that there's all of these different areas and landmarks, and it's neat, it's interesting, there's a lot going on,
right,
but also sometimes it feels like the map is just way too daggone big,
because
you
there's no
know.
one around
Yeah, because there's nobody, like we will land, and like we were
and
discussing,
there'll be people there.
there's people or bots, whatever, whoever is there. It just it goes, we we land, we eliminate the two or three, maybe teams, the bots. Yeah, we'll eliminate a couple of bots in the first like 2 minutes of the game,
Mhm.
and then for like the next 10 or 15 of the until the end, there's
No
nothing anywhere, and just like, where is everybody? And and then and you'll see on the compass at the top, you'll see some gunfire, like, wait, and you turn,
right. Pop, pop, pop,
and
pop.
you'll see, and you wait a minute, let me listen to the, and you're trying to listen. Let me turn up my volume.
Like, how far can they be?
Yeah, how
I'm
far is it?
glad
I
they
don't.
made it to where, because they used to make it to where the reboot vans were so loud that you thought it was nearby, but
Oh,
it's
I really.
not. It's nowhere near you. So I remember you used to do this a lot, where what we're walking around. Oh, somebody's rebooting.
There's a
It's like
reboot. Yeah,
where?
you know what?
Like
I do
three
remember that.
states away.
I do.
It's like, and it was so ridiculous. I feel that either having that tighter map, more
Yeah.
constrained map, or even add 50 other players to the battle royale.
Yeah, adding more players, I think, may maybe it'll give a little bit more oomph, I think. Yeah.
Right.
I could see that. Yeah, because at this point, we're going to be used to the larger map. If
I
they shrink it, maybe a lot of the players will feel that it's too constrained, you know what I mean? But adding more players
right.
means what, and that's another thing too, is uh lately it's been taking a long time to get into the next match.
Right.
It
But that
just,
doesn't make it. I don't think that has anything to do with how many people are playing, because at any given time, there's hundreds of thousands of people playing.
well, and that's
I
my
think it
point, is
has to
like,
do with
why is that a
it's their
thing?
servers. That's part of the first point. The I don't understand why we need to. I think it's a combination of the skill-based matchmaking being broken,
Hmm.
a uh, them trying to figure out, how many people need to be in the next match versus how many bots they can get away with, and
Right.
then and then they load everybody in, and that's a problem. They need to just let us play with each other. you know,
Right. And yeah, just go on and just load.
I mean,
Load it.
I'm
Do your
already going to
thing.
be playing against people I shouldn't be.
Right. I know that's
Just
exactly. I was like, it's not gonna make a difference anyway, because
right.
you know.
I've been destroyed a
Oh
lot
yeah.
this season.
Oh my god.
Like humiliated this
Yes.
season in ways that I had never thought possible. Like I've seen it where like people will be box fighting and they'll stop long enough to kill me and then go back to fighting each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah, I've had
They're
that
like,
happen a
what
couple
is this
times.
guy
Like, yeah, look
doing?
at them. Oh, let me take a little pot shot that way. Oh, that was a mistake.
Right. Why am I doing this? Oh
Yeah,
God, run.
I don't know why I did
And
that.
then they're coming after me. Why are you running?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh no.
so
What else you got?
and that brings me to the next point.
Hmm.
The way I think they should structure the battle royale is three different modes. There needs to be the arena mode like they have it now, which is where the
Okay.
competitive people can get the points and everything like that and move up
Sure.
and down the ladder. Ranked like it is in Call of Duty,
Sure.
uh, because that is a more fair system, I think,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
leveling you up. And then I think there should be a casual mode or a
Yeah. Just the
story mode,
casual. Just
really,
yeah. Just
where you are expecting. Yes, you're going to be competitive there, but at the same time, you're in there to experience the season and
sure.
play the story out and get your XP up. So I think that those three things could coexist in a way where it's going to take everybody who really cares about how well they're playing can go into the ranked system or the arena system and leave us in the story mode alone. you
Yeah.
know
Let me play casual. I'm a casual player here.
I'm a
Let me
casual
play.
player. Yes, I know
Yeah.
there's going to be ranked and arena people in the
Yeah.
story
Sure.
mode, but at the same time I want to be able to find out what's going on in the story without every time I try to get over there somebody murking me
Yeah.
as soon
While
as it happens.
you're trying to dig up a thing and on the
Like the,
ground. Oh, let me interact with this button here. Nope. Dead.
oh,
Yeah,
like,
that's what happens. You're like, oh no, wait, did it count? Did it count? Did it count? And you look at your nope.
nope. Oh,
Ah,
that's another that goes to my first point about the stability of the game.
yeah.
uh, ma- Make it to where these damn challenges work.
Oh,
you know,
you know what, man? I don't understand why some of this stuff is just like, yeah, you go and you do a thing. Clearly, I have eliminated 10 chickens or whatever the heck the challenge is. I'm just making something
right?
up.
Talking about
Clear,
what's going
yeah,
on right now.
yeah. Clearly, I have eliminated these things and then some. And it's like, nah, you got three. Wait, what?
Yeah, best we can do is three.
Yeah, best we can do. Yeah, best we can do.
so,
Wait a minute now. Am I being taxed? What's going on
right,
with
I
this?
know.
I don't recall this being a thing. Yeah,
And there's one
I
thing I
agree.
was
Actually,
thinking.
I like the idea of having that ranked mode and just
Right.
like a casual mode.
And that casual mode can be where all the crazy stuff happens because
Yeah.
those ranked and arena people don't want the goo gun. They don't want the cow suit.
Yeah.
They don't want all the fun stuff. They want to be able to box fight each other and
Yeah.
edit and be able to double pump you in the face and then
And that's
edit back a wall, heal real quick so they can open it up and shoot you again. And yeah, they let
yeah,
them do
that's a
that together.
yeah,
you know,
let them be.
let them
Let
fight.
us yeah, let them yeah. And then over here, hey, let me just get my popcorn and
Let's
Let
take a
me
peek.
watch that. What's going on over there, guys? Y'all are doing really interesting things over there. I'm not gonna engage, but I'm watching this from afar. That's kind of neat.
Right.
Let's run this way, Wally.
That would be cool if they let you watch them play too. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I don't. I was wondering. See, this is okay. So
They do
this
that
is
for
one thing.
FNCS. They had like a place where you could watch the tournament happening,
Right.
and
So
if they just let us do that for regular games, that'd be
well,
cool.
and see, and that's one thing that I would like to see myself is so sometimes I'll log in and and I'll and it gives you the option to watch like you're playing a game. I'll join and I'll get to watch. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
I
that's
I wish I wish there was a co-pilot. Yes, I like watching. But look, I actually enjoy watching you play, sometimes and I don't necessarily feel like playing at that
right,
moment.
but it
But
makes
I
you play.
but I do but I do enjoy watching you play. You know what I mean? Like I have fun
Yeah,
talking to you while we're, while we're there and we're
a
engaged. We can still
spectator
chat.
mode would be
Yeah, so I would love to see a spectator mode or co-pilot. I don't know what they want to call it.
right.
You know what I
And you
mean?
can
Like
turn it
cuz
off too. Make that something that
right.
you don't want nobody watching me,
Yeah, you don't
or
want nobody watching you. Don't let them watch you. Sure,
exactly.
that's fine. Just have that as an option. As like, do you want to be able to for you to be spectate, whatever. Uh, Besides the fact that there's already a spectate after you die,
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. But once your game is over, it automatically puts you in as a team
exactly.
and you have no choice but to back out, go to the lobby on the thing. Rather than if they would just let me continue to spectate and you start your next round and
Like,
I still stay sitting out.
give it a nice little thing. Hey, do you want to play?
Yeah.
No, continue
No.
spectating.
No,
That
continue to
kind of thing.
spectating. Yes,
And
that's
I
exactly
don't see
instinct.
how
I would
that
love to see something like that.
right. So,
Cuz
and that's really a good idea. If that way you can spend time with people who are playing when you don't have time to play. You
yeah,
know,
like I
or
hey, I just wanted to jump in and hey, what's going
pop
on and
in.
whatever. You're doing this
And
quest.
then
Cool.
because you popped in, I have to pop out now because it's put me in a
Yeah,
duo.
now that's exactly the thing is like, that has happened I think once or twice
It has
where
happened to
I
me. Yeah,
I joined I think I joined you once or twice. I joined you, I was intending to play, something came up,
you
and
left,
then
and
I'm
I
like,
ain't got time to
"Sorry,
do
I have to go."
it.
And I forced you to get out into the lobby and then change it back to solos and then go back to the thing. Yeah, so it's
Well,
an inconvenience.
and I think, and we're coming up on an hour, so I'm going to go
Yeah,
into my last thing and
sure.
then just review. But
Sure.
the last one is I would like to see a story mode where, um, yes, I said I wanted a story mode in the last thing, but I'm talking like
Right.
instead of save the world, have like this is the story of Fortnite, because a lot of people don't really know what's going on. They just know what's going. If you jump into Fortnite right now, no idea what the hell's going on.
No. No.
I mean, there. Fortnite is very much like a comic book right now,
You're
and
right.
in fact, in order to get the whole story, you have to read actual comic books.
Yeah, I
So,
forgot about those.
so there's like the storyline that's going on in game, a Marvel comic and a DC comic, and then another Marvel comic that you have to read in order to get all of the story.
Right.
And it is so convoluted that I would like to have an official version of the overarching story. Um, I mean, maybe just make a movie, but and from what I
Right,
understand,
aren't they supposed to I thought I heard something about
yeah,
rumblings
they really
of a
should have
possible
me write
movie.
it.
Yeah,
Be-
yeah.
and you know what'd be great is if we could get, uh, and by we I mean the people making the movie. I don't. It's not
Yeah,
me,
we yeah, yes, we sure.
but
Yeah, you are
wouldn't it be
definitely going to
cool
be
to
a
get
writer.
DC and Marvel involved? uh,
as an actual, like, yeah,
as part of it, you know. and,
yeah,
and and that's the biggest draw to me too, is the fact that Fortnite has become Ready Player One, and
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
pretty
can
much.
be nearly anyone. And I cannot wait until they drop a Beetlejuice skin. So with a skin, it's showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, oh, yeah. I could definitely see I could see that. Oh my god. Man, yeah. I could see that.
great.
Dang it, Wallace, not as I was getting ready to leave this game, and now I have to
And now you
hold
want a
on to some. Now
Beetlejuice.
you have given me hope, sir, and I did not want this hope because I was ready to move on. And now it is you who is dangling the carrot.
The carrot of Beetlejuice.
Yes, the carrot of Beetlejuice. I Man, you know what? I would love to see that. I
Maybe
wonder what
even have the
design
big
they
one.
would go with. You know what I mean? Like, would they go
Oh, it'd
with
probably be the jailhouse look, the normal, the typical Beetlejuice.
right?
Um, 'Cause, Beetlejuice has a lot of it'd be great as if they had multiple outfits for him. They
Right.
have
Well,
the.
no. What I meant was, like, would it be the movie version, or would it be like the animated looking
Oh,
version,
I would
or
assume it would be the movie version, because
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they would do better doing the movie
animated
version.
would be short, and he wouldn't match the art style really. So
Right.
it's
But look at Rick Sanchez.
yeah, but he's a lot taller.
I
Like his
guess.
character is. So like in the cartoon, Beetlejuice is a lot shorter than he is in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So he would need something carrying him around, similar to the way Morty is.
Morty's in the mech
But
suit.
I
Yeah.
don't know what he would even do. I mean, maybe have the spider carrying him around from the.
Maybe.
I forgot the
Hmm.
name of the character. But going back over everything, fix all the bugs, a new map that's more action packed. Maybe add more people to it. The three tiered battle royale system, and a new story mode. Anything you have to add to this?
No, actually, I think you covered it pretty well. I was trying to think of a different mode, and for the life of me, I couldn't think of anything significantly different. But I like your idea of the ranking system. I think
Right.
is what I would agree most. Besides fix the bugs.
Well, because
You
wouldn't
know,
you love to be officially number whatever in the world? You know.
yeah, sure.
So
Yeah,
even
because
if you
the only
do the
time you can
story
see is
mode,
the
you
yeah,
know,
because the only thing you can get your ranking out of is third party apps.
right?
And sure, it's pulling the data, but why not
Why not
supply
make
me
it
with that
official?
data? Yeah, why
Like
not make an
it's
official?
in
Yeah,
the
thing.
career menu of Fortnite,
Right.
showing you where you are in the leaderboard and whatnot, but it's not enough
Right.
for me.
Yeah,
And I got to be
it's not
honest,
the
I
same thing
am
though.
better than most of you.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And,
no, yeah, yeah. And
you
yeah,
know,
I honestly thought I was like a terrible player until I started looking at my numbers, and I was like, I'm not actually that bad. I just make
no, we're
really
just
when I mess
high
up,
enough,
it is a
right?
real bad mess up is
I
what
mean,
it
but
is.
we are high enough where we are in. We probably do belong in the lobbies that we're in, but at the same time, we do as well as we do, despite not being as good as we are.
Right, and that's the thing is, like,
It's
if
not.
if you
We
got
try to
better at
outthink everybody.
right, and that's the thing is, like, we actually try to come up with a plan of attack
Right?
rather than like, well, we can just build, 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 build. They can't hit us. That's
No, that's not going to work for us.
that's not my thing. You do build some, and you
Right?
have gotten significantly better at it, yes, but not at the level that's some of these people,
Not
to
these
where it's just
people,
like,
but
yeah, let me build a house and in like 0.3 seconds, and then wait a minute, where did that come from?
like
It's
if you go to the YouTube channel at the Real Big Wall, you'll see the last time. win that I had, and it is against one of these ridiculous builders, and it was because of me having to outthink them. So, just it's one of those things where I wish I was better at aiming and getting into boxes and building, but I have arthritis. I'm an old man.
Yeah, that's sometimes my problem is, and that's part of why I actually play mouse and keyboard
Right,
as much as I do. It's more comfortable because my hand, just rests on the mouse,
right,
and with the controller, I am, this is an over exaggeration of the motion, but you're literally gripping something the entire time,
right. Well, with
and
me, it's
it's
totally opposite.
and it and
Using
I
the
tend
mouse
to
and
get like.
keyboard hurts me,
See, and that's what I
and
hear too. Like a lot of
I'm
people are
also
like, "No, that hurts my
left-handed.
hand." No, it feels good for my hand. Like
See,
it's
I'm
more relaxed.
left-handed also, so it's I
You're
can't.
right.
I don't have the fine tuning on my right hand. I can
Yeah,
use it on the left. That's another positive there. But I've grown up with controllers being configured the way they are,
you're right.
so it's not like I'm at any big disadvantage with the
Right.
controller.
Right.
And people think that the aim assist is such a huge benefit, but no,
No. I
it is absolutely not.
I I will say that I am a much better, significantly better shot on mouse and keyboard than I am with whatever aim assist exists on Xbox or PlayStation. Like Xbox and
Right.
PlayStation is fine. I can play it, but I am nowhere near as accurate as I am with mouse and keyboard. I just
All aim
I have
assist
a.
does is when the enemy is in front of you, it'll slow you down, and that's it. It doesn't actually aim at the person. The only time that happens is if they are far away. You're using a like a sniper rifle or something.
Mhm.
If they jump, it might follow them a little bit,
Yeah,
but
I've
it's
seen that.
not. You're not going to be able to hit them unless you aim and you don't. I
Yeah, so you have to adjust accordingly as
My
well.
shots would be a lot more accurate if if that were the case.
Yeah.
If you watch me, actually, if you go on my YouTube, you'll see all of these shots that I miss.
Yeah.
There's 0% that aim assist is like you think it is. You mouse and
Yeah,
keyboard
I
jerks. Not
being that, like I said, with in my experience, it is not as assisty as people
assisty.
want to make it seem, as people want to make it seem like it aims for you. It does not. Um, it's but like I said, from my experience, it's almost a hindrance.
Right.
I can't do it. I didn't. I'm not good at shooter games already.
Hmm.
I am really not good at shooter games with a controller. you know, so it's one of those things.
Well,
But
I guess we better wrap this up. Is there
yeah,
anything you want to pimp or anything like that? Anything you want to tell everybody about?
um, not that I can think of at the moment. For anybody that is listening, so listeners, or if you are watching this video that'll be uploaded, I will have the links to social media in the show description,
In the
as
doobly
well
doo.
as I may add it on the video itself. I may add like the
Superimpose it.
your yeah, and just put it in there under your box.
Right.
So just under you there. So I may
And
just
we
add
do
that
hope to
as
have
well.
this out literally the second that the
Yeah.
that the event on Saturday is over.
Yes.
So all of you who Googled Fortnite after it was over with, and we'll hashtag it Fortnite leaks and stuff like that, so you
Right.
find it. And we will be very sneaky, and we know what we're doing, and we are so
I
But
don't know what you're talking about.
what?
Well,
But yeah, you can go to our social media at the Real Big Wall at I Am the Rampage on Twitter. I am.
Oh, there's a one behind my I am the
Oh, I am
rampage.
the Rampage
I know. I
1.
Twitter did that to me. It was like, "What do you want your URL, your username, whatever the heck, to be?" And I was like, "I am the Rampage." And then it was like, it goes to the next screen, and it's like, "Here's a one."
We're just giving you one for no reason.
Why? Why? And then I tried to look it up. I was like, "Does somebody else have I am the Rampage?" So I tried to look it up. Doesn't exist.
So,
So it did. They just threw a
just a
number in
random
there.
one.
Yeah, it was just red. I was like, all right, so yeah, so for me, it's I am
I
the
am the
Rampage
Rampage 1.
1.
And there is a.
I'll
Uh,
put that in the I'll put those in the link tree as well, because we do have a link tree. It is the only thing that's on there is our Twitter page
which is
at the
the only thing
moment,
we have.
which is
And
the only social media we have for the show
I
currently. But
at
I will put,
Dead Game Pod.
yeah. So I
And
will yeah, so if you go to linktree.com. Oh no, wait a minute. I am saying this wrong already. linktr.ee/deadgamepod. Look, I go to www. Look,
there's another thing
I
that we
can't.
do together is there's a D&D show that
Yes,
we're doing, Legend of the Dumpster Fire, where I am the DM and Rampage is Petrus Ironhide,
yes.
a dwarf who is how do I how do I describe your character? How would
I
you
don't know.
describe your
I don't
character?
know how. I don't know, Wallace. How would you describe my character? I saw that look in your face, sir.
I
My
would
character is
say
not. He's not.
confident to a fault.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's just yeah, that's a good way to put it. Confident, no, yeah, to a fault. No, I make mistakes occasionally, and I just want to take a peek.
But
Yeah, yeah,
Petrus Ironhide, no spoilers because things happen to Petrus in the future. We only have one episode up. It's on my Patreon, The Real Big Wall. So patreon.com/The Real Big Wall. It's $3, and all of that money comes to this show, and it goes to my D&D game. So you're gonna make both things better, because I need to pay for this computer that I purchased.
computers are not cheap.
They are not.
Oh
No.
boy, I was looking at. I was like, man, if I had the money,
Right.
I
I
would
don't have the
definitely get
money,
a
and I went
yeah.
ahead and I got one because this
Well,
is
yeah.
this is a $1,200 computer. For Black Friday. It was 800, so I went ahead
Yeah,
and.
and see, and that's the thing is like that's the thing. Like my fiance, she needed a computer, and like her computer, my old laptop was already antiquated. Hers was really antiquated
Right.
because she's had hers for several years before I even got mine, and mine was more than 5 years old at this point. So she's had hers for like nearly 10. Old computer. It still runs. It works,
Yeah.
but
I
you can't
mean,
really
it'll
do a whole
get you
lot with
there.
it. Yeah, it's you'll eventually load into Google. you know, but yeah. So and that was the thing is like hers was a $900 laptop, and we got it for like 5, I think.
See,
And
that's not
so
bad at all.
yeah, so it wasn't a bad deal. I had to go with it, and that. But yeah, so yeah, go check those out, peoples. We would certainly appreciate that. Yeah, if you do subscribe to Wally's Patreon there, and uh, and help out, pay off that laptop so he can bring you some more entertaining content.
Right, and it's not even just that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that's on the Patreon. By a
Definitely.
bunch of other stuff, it's 4 things. But I want you to have a great night. Thank you so much for coming in. Join us next time when I'm thinking 2 weeks. Are we saying 2 weeks, or what is
Yeah,
it?
that sounds doable. Yeah,
So we're doing Mega Man X on the next episode. So uh,
definitely.
drop us a line. Tell us what you think the next Mega Man X should be, and what the next Fortnite should be. We'll find out what the next Fortnite is next
Fortnite
Sunday.
2.0.
So, well, Chapter 4 is coming up, and hopefully they put all 3 islands as one giant island. But that's me.
Yeah, but that, oh my God, could you imagine how many players there would need to be? You would
With
have to have.
400 players.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh man.
That
But
would be
yeah,
amazing.
it
And
it
the
would
matches
be
would last an
a.
hour.
I know that's what I was gonna say,
You know
but
how
then I
much
would be like, I
editing it
have
could
to let me
get?
in this bush. I gotta take a potty break. I'll be back.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
But
live long
anyway,
and smoke meats, everybody.
all right, everybody. Thank you for listening or watching. If you're watching this on video, uh, again, you can find Wally at the Real Big Wall and me on Twitter at I am the Rampage and the number 1. So I am the Rampage 1. We will see you next time.